right, welcome back to the C Morning Show. And as Paul said earlier, we are still commemorating National Education Day. And in the segment, we'll continue our talk show. We're still talking about education. And as yesterday, we know that National Education Day. So I would like to ask Paul, as a parent,
yes,
how I think most people are really aware about the importance of the education, but you as a parent, how important, especially for your children, to get the proper education?
I don't think it's a question for any parent how important education is, but to me, it's just amazing to know that, and we're very lucky, by the way, we live in Jakarta. There are so many different schools to choose from.
Right.
I find that schools, the first thing I was worried about when I had my first kid was people are saying, wow, school's gonna be expensive. But it turns out it's not really that expensive. I find that schools are just more affordable these days for the level of education you can get. And like I said, a lot of public and private schools have really closed the gap between what the curriculums offer and what the school itself offers in regards to activities and the education itself. And I just think that, you know, I have kids of varying ages now. I have one that is in grade 3 or 3rd grade. I have one that's about to enter kindergarten, and one that's probably going to start preschool sometime in the near future. And I find that there's just so many options these days. There's, outside of school itself, there's also a lot of supporting, you know, educational places that you can take your kids in order to prepare them for upcoming school. So I think not only is it important, but it's nice to have the ability to choose these days.
Right. I think we can say that we have the privilege, especially that we are living in a proper place like in Jakarta or a big city like Jakarta. But there are still many children in Indonesia who do not receive a proper education or even go to school due to various factors. So to talk more about the topic, we have Indonesia Mengajar advisor Arliska Fatma Rossi, and we have the founder of Kopi Kalian, is a coffee shop in Indonesia, and they are expanded in Japan as well. We have Winny Charita. They are both collaborating to improve education in Indonesia. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Great to have you both.
Thank you for coming. So we are talking about education system. We know that Indonesia Mengajar is a non-profit organization, basically, who are sending teachers for a year in a remote area in Indonesia. So but now Indonesia Mengajar are collaborating with Kopi Kalian. Kopi Kalian is a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Can you find the relatable things?
Not yet.
How is the relations between them? So, Winnie, can you tell us what activities you are conducting, your collaboration for Indonesia's education sector?
Okay, for the first, we are so proud, we are so excited, collaboration with Indonesia Mengajar. We know about the activity, we all know about the journey in education. So we decided to use the community place in a coffee shop also located in Menteng, Jakarta. We changed, become an exhibition.
Okay.
And exhibition place, we can see the photos, we can see the items, we can see and read the story about the several pengajar muda from Indonesia Mengajar, when he burned to visit them.
Wow.
So all purchases about our product, if you know, we have the signature product. It's called the ready to drink. Is it in a can? If you see the sticker on it, if you the sticker on it, kalian untuk pendidikan, it means that customer will contribute the money to support the program.
Wow.
Okay. So there are proceeds that are going to this as well.
Yes, of course.
So I want to get, first of all, the backstory behind this. I mean, Indonesia Mengajar collaborating with Kopi Kalian. Who approached who? Who came up with the idea first? How did this all happen? Tell us about it.
So I believe, Paul, that the same bird flock, the same flock fly together.
Okay,
So
yes, true.
Winny and Kalian share the in-depth value of collaboration. The same with Indonesia Mengajar.
Okay.
We are the voluntary movement with the buffet metaphor, where we believe, like Paul said earlier, that to provide the good ecosystem of learning and education for the future kids, for our future generation, it takes what the Ki Hajar Dewantara also said, a village. So everyone could support, everyone could collaborate with the same value of collaboration and the participation and the seed of the future. Similar to the seed of the coffee
I like that metaphor.
Right.
that we nurture, that we empower, and then become the champion of itself.
Wow.
Both the kid and the generation, as well as the coffee that we enjoy every day.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Very well
it's
said.
like that. While you enjoy the coffee,
Yes.
and then you contribute or you helping education in Indonesia, especially in rural area in Indonesia.
Wow. So as a coffee drinker, how are you feeling right now, Paul?
Well,
How
I feel even better. I love coffee as it is, and now I'm doing it for a good cause.
Right.
But we said not only the coffee, we have the other product like es teh kaleng, like
okay.
talas berry,
Okay.
and then the other product, cold brew product. If you see and watch the sticker on it,
Yeah.
kalian untuk pendidikan,
Then-
so that is
basically we
contribute for
to
them.
the program. Amazing.
So I want to get your opinions onto, obviously this collaboration is done for a reason. You know, as great as our educational ecosystem and the facilities are today, there are still many improvements to be made. So I want to get each of your thoughts. Maybe start with you, Fatmais. What do you think still needs to be changed, or what needs to continue to get better in regards to education here in Indonesia?
Definitely highlighting the support of the ecosystem. So education is not only the issue of the teacher, not only the issue of the student or the curriculum for itself, but it's speaking of the holistic supporting system.
Okay.
How the family could contribute into it, how the bigger community could contribute into the places where the student go to school with the underserved facilities. That's why the mission that Indonesia Mengajar together with kalian realized this idea. So if our kid here in Jakarta, in the middle of the city with a proper public transportation, can go to school by 10 or 15 minutes, back in the rural area in Indonesia, there are students that they need to spend 5 kilometers by walking.
Wow. That's very true.
And then the one that cannot go to school just because there's a heavy raining in the morning.
Right.
So, and they treat it as a business as usual, meaning there are so many challenges, but we believe that there are supporting systems that could support this. And everyone that feel encouraged to support this can take part.
Right.
I did it by donating my 1 year teaching in one of the province in Sulawesi Barat, in one of the region called Majene, but we did it and still doing it by contributing through donation.
Oh, wow.
We can all
So it's like
contribute
a
in different ways.
We are.
Yes, and it's like a collective movement, not by creating the right ecosystem to support
Correct.
education.
Everyone can contribute with the individual approach.
Right.
If you cannot donate your time, you can donate your money. If you cannot donate your money, you can donate your vote. You can support by coming, volunteering. There are so many activities.
Yeah, even as parents, you can join a parents' association and
Of
help with the
course,
school.
right?
with the school
Even
activities.
Correct,
for the,
voluntary.
even for the young generation or younger generation who loves to hang out at the coffee shop,
Yeah.
they can contribute.
Yeah, just drink more coffee.
Exactly.
Just get the ones with the sticker on it, though, right?
Yes. So speaking about education system here in Indonesia, we know that it's already improving nowadays, but we cannot ignore that we still have lots of homework about
Yes.
this. Probably I believe that we are in the same generation,
Okay.
and we had that kind of experience. We had that poor quality education here in Indonesia back then. So do you guys still remember any first-hand experience with the poor quality of education here in Indonesia? Maybe Fatma or Winnie can share.
From our side, I think education spread evenly across in Indonesia. So Indonesian children deserve equal education wherever they live.
Yeah, yeah.
So not only in Jakarta especially, but in rural area in Indonesia, the children also mandatory have to know about the education. I think that's the point.
Yeah, and I think as well, like Shafira shared this story earlier as well, there's been so many advancements, but not all of these advancements are taking place all across Indonesia evenly, right?
Yes.
There's some areas that still need many improvements. So in regards to that, what are your hopes for either of you for education in Indonesia in the near and in the prolonged future as well? Fatma?
I'm hoping more people will give more example, just like what Winnie doing here with Akalia, that no matter who you are and what your background, as long as we have the same vision to support the education in Indonesia, we can contribute.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that we have to highlight is the local stakeholders in a region. For now, what we are doing is we're supporting money, but not for the student or directly to the teacher, but also for the local people, local stakeholders that support the student in terms of community.
Such as?
For example, the community librarian.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Or maybe the tutor with only high school degree.
Right.
We can support it by empowering them.
Right.
Because these people, this community, are the one that doing the iteration.
Right.
Living with the kids, living with the community for years and decades.
Yeah.
For Indonesia Mengajar themselves, they send one pengajar muda for a year, and then this pengajar muda will stay for only 1 year.
Yeah.
For 5 years.
And they will return.
Yeah, and then they will return.
True.
It's good for them to have the leadership capacity, knowing how people in the grassroots are working, how the truly Indonesian with a different range of activity, not only going to the office for 9 to 5, but going to the rice field from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. only.
Yes.
In terms of that leadership, they bring it back to Jakarta. They bring it back to having the local understanding, the grassroots understanding.
I get what you mean. It's like give a man a fish, feed him for a day, but teach him to fish and you feed him for life.
Yeah.
Perfect, yeah.
So, Winnie, you're a very successful business person now. You were a broadcaster, I just found out, back in the day as well. But how important was education? Has it contributed to your success to where you are today?
Okay, because I think the education is the long-term investment for us.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the most important is not only our profit as a business, but also this is a corporate social responsibility for our company to help the children in Indonesia, to help them to get the deserve equal about education wherever they live.
Yeah. I do believe so.
Yeah.
And we have the...
I have to underline that wherever they live, not only the big city, not only in a small city, but only the rural area in Indonesia.
Actually, that's really good because you being part of this campaign, even though Kopi Kalian is in some of the busier spots in Indonesia, it's your way of reaching out to some of the more rural areas that you would normally reach. So this is like a way for you to contribute across Indonesia.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Yes, and actually this is not the first program for Kopi Kalian. Before we have the similar like the program. It's called Banda Project. Yeah, we focusing in a Banda Naira Island. If you have been heard that, the island is very nice and very beautiful. But even local doesn't know where is the Banda Naira. So we give the training for the teacher. And also same with the Indonesian Mengajar, and we collaborate with the Educational Yayasan Foundation in the Maluku, in the Maluku. We give the training for a year. Also the same with the Indonesian Mengajar. So we are very excited. We are such as honor to collaboration with the Indonesian Mengajar. So we support as much as we can.
That's
nice. I think that, I agree with you, Fatma, that probably this is our responsibility to take care of our education quality, of course. And we know that yesterday, the 2nd of May, we are commemorating National Education Day. And this year's National Education Day theme is Move Together, Continue Independent Learning. How do you interpret that?
Oh, wonderful question, Shafira. So as we know, the COVID, the pandemic already revolutionized our way of studying. The one that usually go to the campus or school now can study from home. The one that living in one area can have a teacher from the other area. Right. Therefore now, post-pandemic, the one that could be redeveloping the adaptation for the independent learning is reading alone, studying alone, wherever you are. Yes. Coffee shop, office,
yes. Home, with the father.
We just talked about this. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
There's no days off. You can continue learning
at all. Okay.
So yeah, I would support the independent learning through reading and writing.
Nice. And I like that because I like how it says through independent learning, we can still move together. And that's exactly what both of you are doing, moving together in order to advance education and higher learning here in Indonesia.
Appreciate that.
Thank you both so much for your efforts and for your time this morning as well.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for your time,
Safira.
of course. Thank you for coming and keep on inspiring us to be more aware about our education system here in
Education Day every day.
Education Day every day. Oh my God. All right. We'll take a break. After the break, we have more updates just for you. Stay with us.